A Cowboys insider has revealed the Dallas Cowboys plans on a breakout offensive star, and we have multiple injury updates regarding a very important member of the Detroit Lions who we are about to face on Thursday night to keep our playoff push alive, and I gotta break it all down. What's up, guys? I'm Matt Long. Welcome to Cowboys Football 365. If you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, please hit that subscribe button. Only 3.2% of viewers are subscribed to the channel, but let's get into the news for today. Someone asked Dallas Cowboys insider Mickey Spagnola a very important question surrounding a receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. He asked, Kavonte Turpin is seeing more snaps on offense and has made some great plays, but his punt and kickoff return averages are down this year. Is the additional time on offense taking away from his return abilities? Should the Cowboys go back to using him primarily as a return man? And our insider, Mr. Mickey Spagnola, responded, absolutely not. I want the ball in the speedy Kavonte's hands in as many different ways as possible. Throwing it to him, handing it to him, and putting the fear in opponents kicking the ball to him. Look, kicks has as much to do with the blocking in front of him as it has to do with his ability to run the ball. And if watching closely, the blocking has been merely average. For example, against the Chiefs, Turpin had 26 offensive snaps out of a potential 64 and just 10 special team snaps. That included no punt returns and 5 kickoff returns. Say he didn't play it down on offense. That would mean he would only have had 5 chances to touch the ball. Now, Kavonte Turpin is the Dallas Cowboys kind of gadget wide receiver. He is having a great season for the Dallas Cowboys because he's someone who can be schemed up to do a whole lot of things. And while his numbers may not be the most impressive thing in the world, if you know ball, you understand what Kavonte Turpin brings to the table. It's more than just what his numbers say. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. But so far as his numbers, 19 catches, 260 yards, 1 touchdown, and averaging 13.7 yards per reception. Now, it is going to be very difficult for any wide receiver, no matter how talented you are, to find a way to break out on an offense that already features 2 superstar wide receivers in Ceedee Lamb and George Pickens, who've been the #1 pass catching duo in the entire NFL this season. Puka and Davante Adams, they're pretty close, but George Pickens might be having a better year than Ceedee Lamb. It might be playing better than Ceedee Lamb. So our duo, I'll take them over the Rams duo any day of the week this season. And it makes it so other guys like Ryan Flournoy, like Jalen Tolbert, the wide receivers that are wide receivers, not gadget pieces, it makes it extremely difficult for those types of players to find their footing on this offense. But if you're a gadget guy like Kavonte Turpin and you have the speed of Kavonte Turpin, you are able to stress defenses in ways that George Pickens and Ceedee Lamb just aren't able to. Kavonte Turpin is a guy that you can throw a little short dump off screen pass to, and he can take it all the way to the house. Now, I know George Pickens is an extremely talented guy when he has the ball in his hands and is known for taking slants to the house. Kavonte Turpin is just on a different level speed-wise, and is someone that the other team is going to be holding their breath every single time he touches the football. Now, it's important that, Mickey here said something really smart. He said, we're going to be continuing to put the ball in Kavonte Turpin's hands offensively, and it's not affecting what he's doing in the return game. And that's absolutely correct. If we just take a look at his stats one more time, only 19 catches in 12 games so far. So that's not even 2 catches per game. He gets some rushes as well, but he is not overworking himself offensively, and that's not having an effect on what he is doing defensively. If anything, we have to find more ways to be creative offensively and get the football in Kavonte Turpin's hands even more than he's already gotten it, because like I said earlier, he stresses defenses in ways that the other wide receivers don't. And especially when guys are picking either Ceedee Lamb or George Pickens to double team, if the other one isn't open, Kavonte Turpin can be that check down. If he lines up as a running back, which he has done so far this season. I know he fumbled once. That was unlucky. I don't know who put his knee there. But if he lines up as a running back, that means his principal matchup in man coverage would be a linebacker. And he's going to outrun 99, unless it's like a safety playing linebacker. He's probably going to be outrunning 100% of linebackers in this league. Kavonte Turpin can absolutely fly. And I love the change of just offensive scheme that he allows the Dallas Cowboys to have. Brian Schottenheimer has had he's done a great job calling this offense They've been creative. They've been one of the best offenses in the NFL. A big part of that is Dak Prescott continuing to stay healthy. When he's healthy, he has great seasons, but Prescott's hit or miss when it comes to his health. Seems like every other season he loses it due to an injury, but we got him this year, and the offense is absolutely flying. Kavonte Turpin is doing a great job, and we can expect him to get a ton of touches to finish the season out as we make a playoff push. But speaking of finishing out the season, speaking of what's coming up soon, we do have our game primetime against the Detroit Lions on Thursday night. And Cowboys insider John Machota on Twitter has given us some injury updates. Today, Cowboys wide receiver George Pickens with a calf and knee was a full participant in practice after being limited yesterday. Now, for a Thursday night game, you have to remember everyone's calendar gets pushed up a couple of days, so a limited practice on Monday is something that was slightly concerning, but not overly concerning. What is significantly more concerning is Jadeveon Clowney, hamstring, and left tackle Tyler Guyton ankle did not practice today. Now, if this was a normal week and the Cowboys were playing on Sunday, this would be the equivalent of them not practicing on Friday practice. And not practicing on a Friday practice pretty much means you're not going to be playing in the game. Unless you're a guy that they've been, you're been on a snap count. You're like Tyron Smith left the Cowboys 2 seasons ago. And when he went to the Jets, they had him on a snap count. And he didn't practice during the week, and that was part of the reason why he didn't play very well for them. But unless it's a special case, not practicing on Friday or for a week with a Thursday night game that we're playing in, not practicing on Tuesday pretty much means Guyton and Jadeveon Clowney are not going to be practicing, or they're not going to be playing in the game. Cornerback Trevon Diggs, knee injury, kind of popping up out of nowhere. I wonder if he injured that at home as well. Limited in practice, but it is expected right now that Trevon Diggs is going to have a start, or not a start, but he's going to be getting some snaps in some capacity versus the Detroit Lions. Not expecting Trevon Diggs to play a full slate or even expecting him to start, but we are expecting him to play because the cornerback room looking a little bit shallow. However, what I'm not seeing here, Amon-Ra St. Brown, I guess I forgot to add it into my images here. Amon-Ra St. Brown not practicing today for the Detroit Lions, so we can fully expect him not to be playing on Thursday in our game. That doesn't mean for sure that he's not going to be playing, but we can move forwards expecting that we are not going to be seeing Amon-Ra St. Brown. So what does that mean? That means that the Detroit Lions are now down 2 of their 3 top playmakers. They're down Amon-Ra St. Brown, their number 1 guy, and they're down Sam Laporta for wherever you want to slot him in. So down Amon-Ra St. Brown, their number 1 doodle wide receiver. They're down Sam Laporta, who is very underrated to that offense. He's a little bit overrated as a player, but what he adds to that offense overall, schematically wise, he can do a whole lot of different things with Sam Laporta. So he is a little bit underrated in that aspect. We are getting a little bit lucky that some of these guys are not going to be a go for that game. It's going to be another opportunity for our defense to show off how much improved we are after the most recent moves that Jerry Jones has made, picking up Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark on the inside. The Detroit Lions interior offensive line has struggled all season, and it's the biggest reason why they haven't been as dominant this year as they've been over the past 2 seasons. We can take advantage of that, get some pressure on Jared Goff, a quarterback who is not a mobile guy, get pressure up the middle, get him moving off his spot, making him be forced to make faster decisions when he's throwing the ball, hopefully force some incompletions, force some inaccurate passes, and continue this winning streak and get even closer to the Philadelphia Eagles as we try to run them down here to go get the NFC East. I'm telling you guys, it is absolutely possible. Don't think just because the Eagles started the year 8-2 or 8-3, whatever they started the year with, that they aren't gettable. They are absolutely gettable, and we are getting hot at the right time. This team is playing well at the right time. The defense, the acquisitions are working. The offense is still meshing. Ceedee Lamb's healthy. Let's go make a run of this thing. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate you taking the time to watch it all the way through. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and go Cowboys.